Hello guys, Salwyn here with another addition to my challenge series walkthrough. This is opening gambit with gold medal, so let's just get it started here. Passing the intro. You want to get these SCVs mining real fast because you might save just a little bit time if you get them off in a rush, and that might work out for you in the end because I passed this with a minimal amount of time left. So really get those SCVs gathering minerals straight away. Command center here, instantly training that is SCV, really important. Now normally I go for a 10 unit count supply depot, but apparently this time I fucked that up and that got me in a supply lock, which was really unnecessary and put me back quite a bit. As you see there, I did set it to go up there, but as you can see now I'm going to be supply locked when this one pops out, and that will mean that I will not be able to train anymore whilst building this this supply depot up there. So you can see now supply lock incoming here, and I'm freshly starting to build the supply depot with 75 minerals, 85, 90, 100. So I got way too much minerals, also 50 here just stacked up waiting. So I could have gone up and built this supply depot at 10 supply, and I do advise that you do that because you save some time doing that in general. Now you want to get your barracks up straight after that silo because you're going to want marines quickly, and then refineries on both as quick as possible because you will need shitloads of SP gas. So you really gotta pump those refineries up there as soon as possible, and of course get units on them. But as you can see here, building that barracks up there, just making sure that my my SCV production is gonna match the finishing of the barracks, so that I can expand into an orbital command, which of course requires your barracks. Their second refinery going up at 14 or 15 supply, and already have additional units on my second one here. As you can see, just making sure I get all the Vespine gas I can. Third silo, what I call it, yeah, probably silo, I'm gonna call it that. Supply depot going up there, and now incoming surges, but already have 2 marines training. You want to, as soon as it finishes, you want to get those marines training just to make sure that you're gonna have someone for this first wave, and they are going to damage your building severely, but you should be able to hold them off just long enough for you to kill that first wave there. Anyway, throwing up another barracks here just to make sure that I can get enough units out, and as you can see the second refinery is done. I should be putting units on it soon so that I will have 3 each, and yeah, there we go, 2 more units there, so we got 3 in each now. Still, now I'm moving this one to build a reactor on it, just to pump out extra loads of marines as quickly as possible, just to defend on the first lines, and of course get the unit count closer to the 30 needed of marines. Now here, going into a factory just after that barracks is done, simply because the siege engines, siege engines and the ghosts are by far the hardest to get here, because you really got to be fast on your expanding and your teching. So really just make sure you get those up as soon as possible, and keep a close eye on your supply here. If you get supply lock, that's really gonna jeopardize your chances of making this for a gold medal, because the time is so close. I think you got about 30 seconds where you can do nothing, and that really isn't a lot considering the human factor. Now we got a stop moving the camera, damn. We got a tech lab going up here for that second barracks, just to make sure that as soon as we have the ghost training facility, I can pump out the ghosts, and of course double marine going out here as often as possible. Now I do have the minerals for it now, but don't know why. I'm probably saving up for the expansion to get even more minerals, and even more importantly that Vespine gas. Now soon as this one comes up, siege tank instantly build, you gotta get those siege tanks out, because not only are they a great defense, but they also take a shitload of time. That's 45 seconds each to manufacture, and if you multiply that by 8, that's going to be a lot of time off your timer here. So you want to get those really moving. Now, as you can see here, I'm training Marines in my second barracks as well, whilst I'm waiting for the Ghost Academy to finish, so that I can train the ghosts, just to make sure that my Marines will be up to 30 as soon as possible. Now, I'm still not pumping units out of this one, but I do need to expand soon to ensure that I have enough minerals and Vespene gas to resume the production here, and making sure that I repair this one before going down to expand. And now here, as soon as that one is ready, I'm going to pop up the command center, and then just go back to business, pumping out more Marines. I'm going to be pumping out 2 here as soon as I have the minerals for it. Should be, at least. No, I'm not. Going for a supply depot, of course, because don't want to get supply locked. That is really one of the biggest factors in this one. If you get supply locked, you're going to lose loads of time on rebuilding that. Now, siege tanks, even though they're expensive to put out at the start, are really great at defense, because they have long range. So when they attack this one, you can just have your siege tank shooting down at them. And a little tip, this one can pop down, and when you then shoot at the mobs, they will aggro on you because you're doing damage to them. So they will run up, and if you then pop it back up, they will run back down. So you can like almost abuse AI, I guess. Maybe that's a little bit of a cheat, but I don't see it as too bad, as this is all about how you can fast expand. Here, 2 more refineries going up simply because of that high Vespene gas cost of these units here. Ghost, which is 150, and the siege tanks 125. Now, you really want to be careful with those. I mean, there's not a lot you can do, but you can kite them, or you can have your ghost snipe shot those flyers there. Because if you lose units, that's going to be time off your clock. And of course, at all times, try to keep as many units gathering minerals as possible, and of course 3 units on each of these refineries. That's really key to this one. Always have your units on your refineries. Now here, upgrading to orbital command, just to have even more moles, just so that I can pump out some minerals without having to sacrifice any more supply or SCVs on gathering minerals, because you want to keep your unit upkeep as low as possible, and that way try to cut down the time it will take for you to reduce. Of course, at all times, make sure you're producing Marines, Ghosts, and those siege tanks at all times. And I do use a little Vespene gas on researching the siege mode for these, because that is so effective in this one. I mean, you can really save a lot of time and a lot of cost on defense just by getting those siege tank upgrades early. Now, this is a bit of a hard one to make a walkthrough for, because it's also rushed. I mean, there's just 1,000 things going on at the same time. I mean, let's see here. Yeah, you can see my current APM just sitting here is almost at 40, now dropping down a bit, waiting for something to happen, but my average is around 40, and for me that's a lot. And you can notice that I'm not doing a lot of APM clicking just to get it increased. This is only by doing stuff. So really you gotta be fast in this one, and make sure you do not want to get supply locked. You can see I'm really close to supply lock here, and I do think I'll get supply locked, and that is really something you want to watch out for. Luckily, one of my my orbital what's that called? Orbital commands are going to have, see now, maybe you can see that dropping down. It's just gonna be killed. See, I'm supply locked here, and I really start to panic because I only have 1 minute 45 seconds left, and I do still need 1 marine, 1 siege tank, and 3 ghosts, which is a lot with that little time left. 2 ghosts remaining now. Building a supply depot, and I'm going to drop a there we go, whatever that is, that increases the supply on the supply depots. I don't really care what it's called. just goes down there just to make sure that I can keep pumping these units out here. Now, last siege tank is on the way out, last marine is on the way out, but that ghost is almost done with a one minute left, and now I start to panic, really panic. I throw up a barracks there, and this one I'm going to lift it off and put up a reactor core on it as well, just to try to get all the guys out I can. But of course these will never finish. Last ghost being built now with only 35 seconds left. I mean, I'm seriously shitting myself. My heart is pounding at this point because I've been trying this so many times to see what works the best. But as you can see, best being gas, a lot of mining going on there, but these just 2 units there and not too many units here on the minerals, because you can have your moles on that, mules, sorry, I've been saying mole a lot. This is a mule, of course. Really sorry about that, guys. Anyway, score. New score 402. So that is really cutting it close, guys. But really, you can do this. And I hope this helped you guys. Please rate, comment and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Salwyn out.